Dude, what's going on, man? It's Mooney Marino over here, and I'm hosting my first podcast ever. Dude, what's going on, man? Check this shit out. I can't see a thing. What's going on, people on Instagram, and what's going on, people here live on Facebook, and what's going on, everybody all around the world listening to the podcast live from my mother's basement, which technically is not my mom. No, it is my cousin Mike Marino's mom, making that my Aunt Ann. Now that we got that straight away, it's totally Mooney over here. I'm ready to have some fun, laugh a little, talk some knowledge. Because Mooney has some knowledge for what's going on in the crazy world right now. And also I'll explain to you how I feel about what's going on at the beaches here in Los Angeles. Because as you know, I'm a big wave rider, and I like to get down to the beach with my board and catch some tasty waves, but you can't do that this weekend because they're closing up the beaches. It's not something you're going to be able to do. And if I can't go, you can't go. And what do we all need to do? We need to obey the law. So if the cops are out there at a certain time of day, and you know they're going to be there, keep your board in your car and wait for them to leave. Either that or get your ass up early and get down there before the cops have the chance to take over. This is going to be a fucked up weekend, ladies and gentlemen, because let me tell you something. The news, and I'm hoping that I'm going to get to the news someday because I know about nutrition. I want to talk about nutrition and what you should be eating and not eating during the corona crisis, or even when there's not a crisis, you should be eating some health foods. And I'm going to tell you all about the way the Moonster eats to keep in shape so that I can paddle out. I can catch a wave, get one with the wave, a shark comes up my ass. I know how to run because I know how to eat, all right? But the weatherman says it's supposed to be 90 degrees. 90! Do you know how hot that is? 90, smoking hot. It's so smoking hot that when you walk down the beach, your feet are on fire. And then when you go to touch the water, this time of year, it's still April, the water's still cold coming down from Canada. The Moonster knows this shit because he's a surfer from way back in the day, longboarding. And what happens when you touch the water? Your fucking feet freeze, bro. Freeze, frozen, totally hurts your shit. Now, I wouldn't be wearing booties to go surfing this way. I like to wear my spring suit because we are kind of pre-summer, little spring suit, you know. Cover up the arms up to here. Cover up the groin down to about maybe like the knee so that you can show your calves. Girls love the calves. Did you know that when a dude is walking around on the beach, chicks dig the calf muscle, man? Because it's like a teardrop. That's right. A calf muscle's like a teardrop. And it is so cool, so badass that the girls are like, oh my God, he's got a teardrop. But that teardrop is up the other way. And what does it look like when a teardrop is up the other way? A red heart. That's right. A heart. And who has big hearts? The Moonster. And surfers around the world. And what is better than showing a little heart these crazy old times? The surfers at the beach. So anyway, I just wanted to drop that knowledge. I hope that's bringing a smile to your face here at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, live from my mother's basement. Mooney Marino filling in for the great comedian Mike Marino. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about what I think about the coronavirus, what's going on in the news, and how we can have some fun, hopefully someday soon. And I'm going to take some questions from people out there. Right now I have my gloves, working the panel over here, working the panel. So let me put on my gloves. I really don't have to put on my gloves because I haven't really touched anything while I'm here in my own house. And I got Purell. Man, I'll tell you, man, you want to talk about a business that never thought they were going to be making billions of dollars. Purell, man, it's just hand soap. It's hand sanitizer. What dude was in his I don't know, warehouse going, man, I got a great idea. Let's make hand sanitizer. You never know, there could be a pandemic. He didn't even know. He's like, why don't we make this hand sanitizer just in case there's a pandemic? We will make millions of people, because people around the world are going to have soap. Anyway, oh man, my throat's getting a little scratchy. I'm just gonna get a little quick sip of my Kool-Aid, right? Hey man, how many people out there remember? Oh, check this out, man. I so just reminded myself of this shit. How many people out there remember the Kool-Aid guy? No, he wasn't the Kool-Aid guy. High C. Remember them? And he would go, how would you like a nice Hawaiian punch? And the guy would go, okay. And then he punched him. But really what he meant was there was Hawaiian punch. This happens to be strawberry. Strawberry. How would you like to have a nice Hawaiian punch? And he had a shirt on just like this. Who remembers the Hawaiian punch guy? And then he punched the dude. It was a cartoon. It was totally a cartoon. All right, wait. You know, while I have this in my hand, I would like you to know that Hawaiian Punch or Kool-Aid is one of my power drinks. It is. It's totally a power drink. I really like grape a lot better than the strawberry. I hate to say it. But if you think about it, man, it's so much sugar in there. And it tastes so damn good, especially when it's chilled with ice. Or maybe there's something else in there and I'm not talking about an umbrella. You got something else in there that makes this taste so much better. It's like a kick in the ass. And then you get in the water and you're surfing like a total pro. Why? Because you had your Hawaiian Punch or your Kool-Aid. How many people actually remember when the Kool-Aid dude came crashing through the wall? Oh, come on, man. You know the guy who wrote this commercial was stoned because it was a big fat jug. I don't know what you call it. A jug, not a jug, a pitcher. It was a pitcher for you could put Kool-Aid in it, but it was him. He was the dude, right? And then he comes crashing through the wall. He's like, oh yeah, Kool-Aid's here. Because the kids called him. They were like, yo, Kool-Aid. And he goes, whoa, whoa, whoa. And he come crashing through the wall. And you know what's really funny? While I'm talking about crashing through the wall, right behind me is the mailman. And he's crashing through the wall. I hope he's bringing me some money. Let me tell you people something. I don't know how things are going for you. But man, I can't get no unemployment. As an entertainer, got gats. That's Italian. Let me take my glasses off because I can't see shit. And I hope everybody's writing into the show. This is fucking funny shit, man. Who's here? Oh man, there's a lot of people over there. Your powdered drink. Yeah. I can't believe people write in right now. Don't write in like that. Write in over here. I hope everybody's having a good time out there. I will continue talking until I pass out. But yeah, we were talking about the Kool-Aid kid. And So if anybody wants to ask me one or two specific questions, I will give you a complete answer, and I'll take that subject matter on a ride. Right now, I do want to just mention one of the greatest places to get Italian food was all the way out in Lakewood, which is close to Long Beach. And what do we do in Long Beach? We surf like crazy, man. Long Beach is one of the greatest beaches down in California, and there's going to be a lot of people out there surfing and having a lot of fun. So we go down there and we get some sandwiches and lunch meats and cold cuts and dinner meats and macaronis from Foggia Italian Deli and Market in Lakewood, California, man. These people are totally the best. I'm talking, they're just like totally the best. And they are at 562-627-0987. Give them a call. Look them up on the internet and tell them Mooney sent you. No, wait a minute. I don't even know if you could tell them that Mooney sent you because they might not know who the hell I am. So tell them my cousin Mike Marino sent you. All right? You can look them on the internet, man. www.foggiadeli.com. All right? What is your favorite beach to go surfing at, Cousin Mooney? Well, thank you, Olivia. I just got a a totally wonderful question from a friend who's out on the East Coast. Her name is Olivia, and she asked me where is my favorite place to go surfing in California or maybe around the world. That question can go for everyone around the world. All right, dig it. All right? When I first started surfing on a longboard, I used to surf on a Rick surfboard and a Hout surfboard, totally down on the Jersey Shore. And one of the best places to surf on the Jersey Shore back in the late 70s, in the early 80s, was Belmar. That's right, Belmar, New Jersey, which is a great area. Used to be jumping, man. I'm talking like 22 nightclubs in a 1 mile square radius. You get up early in the morning, you get on your skateboard, and you take your skateboard down to a place called Fiber Rider, right? There was a place called Fiber Rider. Fiber Rider, you ran your skateboard with your Kryptonics, had the green Kryptonics on your skateboard. You would go up and down in the pipe, and that was made of cement. That was the place to be. And then from there, from Fiber Rider, if it was a nice day and there was some waves kicking up, we'd go down to Belmar, get our asses in the water, and catch some rights off the jetty because I was a goofy footer. Always surfed from the right to the left, from the right to the left because I was a goofy footer. And me and my friends always had the same saying. You ready for this shit? Dude, you listening, man? I'm going to drop some big knowledge on you. Ready? So that's where I started surfing. We used to always say this. The 3 W's. 3 W's. You listening? Weed, waves, water. Smoke your weed. Look for the waves. Get in the water. And then we'd say things like, we're number one in summer fun, and that's why we'd always say, get wet today. Anyway, so that's one of my favorite places to surf in the Jersey area. And then, of course, there was like the competitive places to surf. You listening? Dudes, the competitive places to surf. Seaside, Long Branch, Asbury Park. We used to surf at Asbury Park, man. If you got on a good wave, you ran the risk of getting shot because there was gang members on the other side of the tracks. You can't make this shit up, dudes. Are you listening to the podcast? This is some serious shit. We're talking about the race riots of the 70s with people actually losing their shit over those places, man. Weed, waves, water. Then I relocated out to Los Angeles, and the place to surf back in the day when I got here was Venice Beach. Dude, you know why we always surf down in Venice Beach? Because people from all over the world came to Venice Beach to party out on the beach. all over the world. Everybody had a totally different accent from God knows where. Everybody was totally friendly. Everybody was drinking the Kool-Aid. Everybody was doing all they can to get on the waves and shit. Very nostalgic. But when I surf now, man, I would go up to Malibu. I would go into Ventura. I would go to what's actually opening up Ventura this weekend, man. All the beaches are closed, but you can get down to Ventura. Ventura. There's a comedy club up there. The Ventura Harbor Comedy Club. You can't get in the water. Oh, no, the surfers can get in the water, but you can't get in the comedy club. Social distancing, dude. Social distancing. You gotta play that shit. And that's my surfing life, man. I still got a couple of boards, but they're attached to the walls as decoration. One of my favorite things to do, though, before we went surfing, I mean, like when we were done in the water, you come out of the water, you grab yourself one of these that you can get. This is called Indica. See, it's blue, and that's blue. I totally love blue. And the Indica totally baked your brain, and when you were done, you went and got these Pop-Tarts. Who doesn't love a Pop-Tart? I mean, come on. The craziest thing about Pop-Tarts, and you'll notice these are strawberry, and the strawberry ones match my Kool-Aid, which is strawberry. It is so delicious, and they're so good, but there's so many in there that you got to be careful. So I got like 2 left. So if I was to go in the water right now, I'd have 1 go in the water, grab some waves, come out, and I'd have the second one. So there you go, man. I just want to promote that because we are doing this one live on my podcast, and my podcast friends are actually just listening to me talk. So, I want you to have your nutrition. Kool-Aid or High C. I don't even know if they got High C anymore. Anybody know? Where do you get High C anymore? Well, you get the High C, you get the Kool-Aid, and you get your Pop-Tarts, and you are totally rolling. Especially if you knew how to get your Kush and your Indica. Hey, man, I'm not saying I know everything about weed, but what's going on in the world right now, I think you better go ahead and get yourself some weed. So this is the Indica, and you can also get yourself a cool high red. Dude, I'm getting a question again, which is really cool, and I'm happy that the questions are coming in. Do I surf on the Jersey Shore? Now, I don't know. I think if you were watching the podcast from like about a half hour ago, you'd have known that I was talking all about surfing down on the Jersey Shore. So you're going to have to watch the repeat or listen to me back on iTunes or Spotify or Google and shit like that. Thank you so much for that question. Oh, man. Someone just answered a question. All right, everybody, for you people listening out there on Spotify and iTunes and whatnot, I just found out that High C is still available, and I'm telling you right now, I'm going to get myself some High C. You can get it at Walmart. Someone just wrote in, they're like, you can get High C at Walmart. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put our masks on. We're going to put our gloves on. We're going to practice social distancing. And we're going to go to Walmart and we're going to stock up on High C, grape. Oh, I can't wait to have grape, man. Grape was so good. We're going to stock up on grape. We're going to stock up on Pop-Tarts. And we're going to stock up on, I don't know, Noxzema. We're going to get some Noxzema, and then we're going to be ready for the beach because it's going to open this weekend. We're going to practice social distancing. We're going to do the right thing. I'm so happy to know that you can actually go to Walmart, get the High C, get the Kool-Aid, You know what else I like to have when I'm having a lot of fun. When I'm a little hot. I like Twinkies. I like Drake's cakes. I like Yodels. I think maybe these are a lot of things that people like myself like to indulge in. I love indulging, but they're just delicious. They're just delicious. I mean, I like a good slice of pizza. I like a good meatball sandwich. But when I dig in after some cool, tasty waves, I like snacks with a lot of sugar. All right, man. Thank you so much for these cool ass questions. I miss everybody, and I hope everybody's doing all right. My cousin Mike Marino couldn't make it to the show tonight, so he asked me if I would come down there and film in. And I'm like, you know what? It's not like I got anything to do because we're under fucking quarantine. Robert Catalano, high C, out of a large can. Dude. How badass was the high C? I should be like the spokesperson for high C. In fact, while I'm wearing this shirt and the way I look like the high C dude that's on the can. Wasn't he badass, man? He come out and goes, how'd you like a nice high C? Sure. Then he punched the guy right in the face. I don't even know you could do anything like that on TV anymore because it promoted violence. The little dude that was on the can was violent. He punched the other dude in the face. You get it? He was like, how would you like a nice Hawaiian punch? And the dude went, sure. And he punched him right in the head. I'm having a good time with this audience. You guys are stoners. Robert Catalano, what's going on, dude? I can't wait to talk to you about what's going on in your world. We're going to do some heavy promotions when my cousin Mike gets back into town. He'll be doing his podcast twice a week. Oh, you know who else is going to be doing a podcast too? Well, Uncle Tommy, man. See, he's my cousin Mike's uncle, and he's my uncle too. And he's a badass, man. He says a lot of crazy shit. And I like listening to an old guy like that from back in the day because guys from back in the day, man, they got like a totally different outlook on what's going on in the world, man, right? It's totally different. And, nothing's filtered with them. They just like, dude, man, you're a fucking asshole. And then you know you are. None of that, oh, well, I'll text you. You know what I hate? People text me to tell me when they're going to call me. Why don't you fucking call me? No, dude. I'll text you and then we can chat. No, why don't you just fucking call? Let the phone ring. When the phone rings, I'll go, dude, it's Mooney. Who's this? You know what I mean? How many people remember a time when somebody called you? You didn't even know who the fuck it was. You didn't know. You had to run the risk of answering the phone, and you're like, oh man, I hope this isn't anybody I don't want to talk to. Oh fuck, man. And then your buddies were like, let it go to voicemail. You remember that shit? Let it go to voicemail. Dude, you didn't even have a voicemail. You had these things that went like this. You're like, dude. Hello? Like, Mooney, is that you? And you're like, oh, fuck, man. It's not somebody I want to talk to. I remember back in the day, I used to call the Wave Hotline. The Wave Hotline. I'm totally not making this up, man. There was a Wave Hotline. There might even still be a Wave Hotline, but, you don't really need to do it anymore because you go on the internet and you look at these pictures that show you what's going on at the beach at that time, right? So it was like a call-in number, and you'd be like, it wasn't even a dude. It was a recorded message. And you're like, hello, thank you for calling the Wave Hotline. If you plan on surfing Ventura, the waves are 2 to 3 feet. If you plan on surfing in LA, the waves are 4 to 6 feet. If you plan on surfing in Santa Monica, there's no waves at all. Don't bother. This is fucking great. I love doing this podcast shit, man. This brings back so many memories. I gotta call the Wave Hotline again, man. There's gotta be a Wave Hotline still. 1-800-WAVE hotline. Like I said, man, we had the 3 W's growing up. Weed, waves, water. You smoke some weed, you see the waves, you get in the water. Oh man, look at all of this shit. Everybody seems to be texting me. And it's the Broken Liver Club. I love those guys, man. They make some great shit. Folks, man, I can't wait to go back on tour with my cousin Mike Marino. I can't wait to entertain people. I can't wait to make everybody happy. I can't wait to get back in the water and do some surfing and do some advertising. I can't wait to come back on the show as a co-host again, or maybe filling in for my cousin, or doing a show. I'm going to be doing a lot of videos this week, man. We got the green screen all hooked up. I'm going to be talking about nutrition, how to save your life, how to make yourself happy, where to go to a gym that's not really a gym, but they got some weights that you can find behind a garbage can. I'm going to talk about all kinds of stuff like wearing your gloves and wearing your mask. Do you guys know that you can actually wear my cousin Mike Marino's underwear as a mask, man? You can do it. It's legal. Like, I was wearing it the other day. You know, I don't want to put it up on the show and brag about it, but I've been wearing them. So if you people who are just listening out there on the iTunes and the Google stuff and the podcast listenings, who's listening to my voice, I hope my voice sounds good on the internet. Hope my voice sounds good on the internet. But he's got these panties. They're cool as shit. I'm working on your special mask still. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Someone wrote in that they're going to be sending me a special mask. I would love to have a special mask. But you know, if you guys want to buy some Make America Italian Again paraphernalia, it's the only way you can help out some entertainers, right? Because some entertainers didn't qualify for unemployment. We're all screwed. They totally said that people who own their own business would totally qualify for unemployment. Bullshit. I didn't get nothing, man. Nothing. There is nothing in the till. So I'm not asking anybody for any donations. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. But hey, if you want to buy some quality clothing, you go to MikeMarino.net. We have t-shirts that say Make America Italian Again. We have sweatshirts and sweatpants and these underwear that actually are good to make a mask. So if you go to MikeMarino.net, folks, you gotta go there. There's so much cool shit to look at, man. They got really cool videos. They got really cool items to sell and buy. Tells you all about the YouTube channel, the podcast, all the shows that you can watch, like Make America Italian Again. It's all done by some really great, incredible people. There's the producer on the show, and she's so fantastic, man. She's funny as shit. She's always saying crazy shit. Her name is Tatiana Bluchel. Totally cool. Her husband Cody's always producing and directing all of this great and wonderful stuff. You gotta check out their work, man. Everything's at MikeMarino.net. You subscribe and you get a free newsletter that you can unsubscribe to whenever you want. And if you go to the YouTube channel, Mike Marino Live on YouTube, you see a lot of great videos. And it's free. All you gotta do is hit the word subscribe. Subscribe. It's a piece of cake, man. It's like catching a tiny little wave. It pushes you up on the beach. It's all you need is a little bit of a kick in the ass and you're surfing, dude. Hook it up. So I hope you people had a lot of fun. Oh, Forgy Italia. Hey, how you doing, man? Nice to see you. Well, listen, man. I had a lot of fun just coming on the show right now. Was my Mr. Hand really a dick? That's totally cool. All right, let me do that for you, Sal. Sal, if you're watching this, you got a We got a guy watching the show right now who's a fan of a movie that I thought was totally the greatest show ever, and it was called Fast Times at Ridgemont High. And he's like, let me see if I can, well, Mr. Hine, I've been thinking, if I'm in your class and this is your time, and you're in the class and this is my time, isn't it okay to have a little pizza on our time? Dude, thank you so much, Sal. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening and writing into the show. I want to thank my cousin Mike Marino for letting me come down here and co-host it. No, I'm actually the real host. I'm not a co-host. He couldn't make it, which makes me the host. So I wanted to put down a nice little half-hour episode. This is Mooney Marino getting ready to sign off and tell everybody, don't forget, weed, waves, water. Have yourself some fun. Don't forget to go to Walmart, get your Hi-C, get your Kool-Aid, and get your Pop-Tarts. And don't forget to stay home unless the beach is open on the weekend. And yeah, keep on listening to the podcast live from my mother's basement, man, on iTunes, Google, Spotify, Anchor, your favorite podcast apps, right here on Facebook Live, Instagram Live, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Mike Marino Live on YouTube. I gotta get going. You guys have been a lot of fun, man. I don't even know how to shut this shit off. Oh man, I'm so stoned I gotta get something to eat. Check it out. Oh, wait a minute. I think I found. Alright, yeah, there you go. Bye. Bye, everybody. Hey folks, I hope you're enjoying watching my podcast live from my mother's basement. We're having a lot of fun, and I'm going to have a lot of great guests on the show in the future. So if you like it, hit like. You could also leave a comment. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch other funny videos. And you could also listen to my podcast on your favorite podcast app like Spotify and iTunes.